my heart. I started my career in 98 with ICICI, and 2004 is when we had launched Discovery. So, jare tame kidhu ke Discovery, you held on. I am one of the few investors who has been in Discovery from 2004 till today. And even today, my parents' money. So even though now ICICI is my competition, but I have a lot of love and affection and respect because a lot of my learnings have come from that ecosystem. And I remember Naren used to tell me that there are times when my own team doesn't have confidence and faith because the fund performance is coming down. But those are the times to actually really show your mettle as an investor. Because many times I tell people that don't search for 5-star funds or 5-star managers. Search for the 5-star investor inside you. Because if you want to really do better than most others in investing, you have to become a 5-star investor. Unfortunately in investing, what happens is we assume that फंड मैनेजर हीरो होना चाहिए, मार्केट हीरो होना चाहिए, प्राइम मिनिस्टर अपना हीरो होना चाहिए, सेंट्रल बैंकर हीरो होना चाहिए, बट हम अपना जो धर्म है या ड्यूटी है वो हम नहीं करेंगे. And there are certain rules and certain behaviors that we have to demonstrate as an investor. Only then, even if you have the best fund managers, the best funds, the best environment, you can still end up, getting relatively below average outcomes. If your duties as an investor, you don't demonstrate. Of course, I'm not trying to pass on our responsibility of managing money with prudence, with discipline, with risk management. But many times it is a partnership. And without that partnership, outcomes may not be as good as they look on our fact sheet. It is important that for our fact sheet returns to come into your account statement returns, good behavior is very important. And many times, my colleagues tell me that our job as a mutual fund is to make money for our investors. So why are you talking about losing money? And that is what the topic for today for me is. And the reason I chose this topic is because how to make money, we have spoken about it for 25, 30 years. Enough money managers have come and spoken about this. Enough advisors and distributors have come and spoken about this. But yet, if you and I have to meet on a Sunday to discuss the same thing, either you are not a good audience or we are not great speakers. Because for the same, there are very few rules of investing. And if they have to be spoken again and again, how to make money, and yet we are not able to make money, then something is wrong either in us or maybe in you. And hence I thought, let me invert this whole equation. Let me talk about how to lose money. So a lot of you know about or would have heard about Warren Buffett, right? We all very loosely, liberally quote him. He is one of the most quoted investor of the world. His books are always used as decorations on walls, rarely read. 99% people would have not read his books. His quotes are exchanged on WhatsApp, but rarely followed. So we have a fund in DSP where the largest investment is in Berkshire Hathaway. But most people don't even talk about that fund. So I tell my brokers, I tell my investors, आप सब Warren Buffett के भक्त हो तो मेरे फंड में पैसा क्यों नहीं डालते हो? Because आपको at very low cost you are getting him to manage money for you. But that means having a certain set of principles, and today I'll try to talk about it. So his partner, Charlie Munger, who died at the age of 99 few days back, he was a lawyer, by the way, and over time he became a very good investor. And in his last letter, Warren Buffett has said that, if I was the contractor of building Berkshire Hathaway, if I was the plumber, the architect was Charlie Munger. It was his principles which made me and my company what it is today. So he gave a lot of credit to him. And Charlie Munger had this beautiful concept called inversion. He said, if you want to learn something, first invert that. So if you want to learn how to be a good husband, ask your wives, first of all, what are the rules of being a bad husband? And I'm sure wives have enough examples, left to themselves naturally also. They always know what are the characteristics of a bad husband. And then just behave the opposite of that. Invert that. So if you stop doing what are the rules of a bad husband, you'll automatically become a good husband. Likewise, in investing, if you want to learn how to make money, don't try to chase how to make money. First, learn from the mistakes of bad investors. Write down what are the rules of being a bad investor, and then put a minus sign, and then you'll become a good investor. So he has this very beautiful thought about, and see, investing is a game of length. Most people judge themselves by kitna return banaya, which is size. But the game is about length. कितने लंबे समय तक बनाया, वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. 5 साल में 20% बनाया will give you X outcome. But अगर 20 साल में 5% भी बनाया, that will give you a better outcome than this outcome. So length is more important than size. Size is of course important. How much return you make is definitely important. It has to beat inflation. It has to, cover for cost of living. But for how long we can make that return is important. So Charlie Munger says that if you want to earn that length of return, you have to survive, right? How do you get length? You have to survive markets. Markets have cycles. See, today we are in a good environment where on a Sunday, so many of you are here to listen about investing. There were years, just 7-8 years back, when no one wanted to talk about equities, right? So cycles will happen. We are in good times. In good times, you have to prepare for bad times. So bad times will also come. And he says that if you want length of investing, we have to survive. So instead of asking how to survive, he said, ask this question, how to die. And here's a very beautiful quote, which I've written here, which is the topic for today. Tell me where will I die, so I never go there. This is how you can attain immortality. So in investing, if you write down, tell me where will I lose money, so I never go there. Tell me how will I lose money, so I never do those things, then most likely you'll become a better investor. So that is the principle on which I am, speaking some of my experiences, some of my learnings over time, and we'll try to hopefully make it valuable to you. Now, one of the standard ways in which most people don't make great returns is time horizon. This game is about marathon. Returns is about length and time horizon. But the measurement of this marathon are the matrix of a 100-meter race. So this game is a test match, but the rules of the game are like T20. Because every day we are given a lot of inputs, right? All of you must be getting a lot of inputs every day. Today this looks good, tomorrow that looks good. Day before yesterday, semiconductors were good. Yesterday, Nvidia stock fell by 15%, so now semiconductors don't look good. So daily stimulus keeps coming for a game which is a game of length. And now I want to just ask this question that if I were to give you, all of you, 3 mathematical variables to choose, which are there as the title of this slide, the plus sign, the multiplication sign, and the raised to the power of sign, which variable do you want? Which variable would you want to take back as an investor? How many of you, so raise your hands, how many of you would like plus? Plus is growth, plus is addition. So 1 hand for plus, or 2-3 hands, few hands for plus. And plus is a great sign, right? Minus return किसी को नहीं चाहिए, सबको plus चाहिए. So plus is a great sign. So there are few hands for plus. But multiplication is a far more powerful sign because it multiplies faster. How many of you will choose multiplication? There are few who will choose multiplication. A very underrated, underused, understated sign is raised to the power of, it's called exponential. How many of you would use exponential as a sign? So there are few more. So now the number of hands have exponentially gone up for that sign. अब ये सब आपने हाथ ऊपर तो कर दिया, लेकिन आपके बिहेवियर में वो होगा कि नहीं, is what my next question will be. Now I'm throwing 3 other variables for you. The amount of money you can invest, which is the money you are willing to depart with in the near term, so that in the future when you get that money back, it becomes a larger amount. So it is giving up, delaying gratification. So one is, it's called the variable P or principal. How much of money are you willing to give to your investments? That's the first variable I want to throw at you. The second variable is what is the return that you earn on that variable? And the third variable is for how long are you willing to stay away from that from the capital that you're providing. So for how long are you willing to get out of the way of the principle you are committing to markets? In these 3 variables, which is a variable you want to stand for or you want to choose? So how many hands for your own money, your own hard-earned money that you want to give up? How many hands will rise for that? So there are few for that. How many of you like higher returns? Don't lie. Because all of you are not raising your hands, maybe liars. How many of you for higher returns? How many of you have money in fixed deposits? Then you are lying because you're not getting high returns. And now how many of you want to say that I will take pride in being an investor who has the longest time horizon in country India? There are far less. So there are more hands for R, which is return, and there are less hands for time. So now in this equation, if all of us remember the formula of compounding, P, so wealth or amount is equal to principal multiplied by 1 plus return raised to the power of time. So the variable return has the weakest mathematical sign in the three signs I'm giving. The variable return, which most people raise their hands for, has plus sign before it. The next powerful mathematical sign is multiplication, and that is connected with principal, which is how much money can you invest, which is in your hands. Returns are less in your hands. Returns are less in your and my hands, because behavior of markets is temperamental and volatile. It's not too much in our control. But the variable P, how much money can you save and give away, is in your hands. And the most powerful variable mathematically, which is exponent, is time. Time is attached to raised to the power of. So length is the most important variable. If you can, take this message back in your investing, hopefully it will make a leap of outcomes for you. And I'll explain that with the second last line. Long-term equity returns in India are not 20% as they look as of today for the last 10 years. Because 2013 was a bear market. Very few people who invested in 2013 have got those higher returns. Most people typically invest in bull markets when returns are very high, and they end up getting lower returns. The average return of equity over the last 30 years in India has been around 12%, median. So if you have a 30-year time horizon, and most of us who have wealth, I'm assuming people in this room have wealth, which is why you are here. You have time horizons. For a lot of wealthy people, especially businessmen, money is there for the next generation. Their time horizon is much longer, but they still devote less time to the investment. So if for over 30 years, at a realistic 12% rate of return, capital will become 30 times. So in your mind, you can put a number, whatever is the wealth in your hands today to give up with. It may be 10 lakhs, it may be 50 lakhs, it can be 5 crores. For some of you, it can be 10 crores. So someone who has 10 crores, broadly, 10 into 30 is how much? 300 crores can be yours. 12% more or less market दे सकता है, but आप 30 साल दे सकते हो कि नहीं, ये सवाल आपको अपने आप को पूछना है. आपके पास है ये 30 साल, by the way. ऐसा नहीं कि टाइम नहीं है. टाइम सबके पास होता है for some part of the capital. But वो टाइम में बीच में बहुत सारे villains आएंगे, and I'll explain what are those villains. So remember this formula, 30x in 30 years is doable. It's not too difficult, provided you give that much of time. Now I'll jump from the second last line to the two messages I want to give. The largest fund on earth is BlackRock. They were partners with us for 10 years. उनके जो founder है, his name is Larry Fink. Few years back, he went to meet a sovereign wealth fund in Middle East. Middle East के पास जो पैसा आता है, Abu Dhabi है या Saudi Arabia है, they all get money because of oil. And this money is permanent money. This money is going to last them for 1,000 years because उनके खर्चे इससे कम है. So they invest this money with various fund managers, including people like us. And they also invest this money with BlackRock and a lot of global fund managers. So when Larry Fink had gone to meet him, he asked the manager of one of the sovereign wealth fund plans that what is your time horizon? And the manager said that our time horizon is multi-generational. It's not just multi-decadal, it's multi-generational. ये हमारे अगले 5-7 जनरेशन के जितना पैसा है और उनके फ्यूचर के लिए हम इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं. And the next question that Larry Fink asked him is, how will you measure my performance? How will you measure the performance of our fund? And the answer was quarterly. Now that is the challenge. उनका टाइम होराइजन 30 साल भी नहीं है, 300 साल है, बट उनको मेजर करना है क्वार्टरली. तो हमारे दिमाग में एक गलत सिस्टम बिठा दिया गया कि मेजरमेंट should not be a function of our time horizon, it should be a function of how quickly that data is available. Now, unfortunately, unlike gold, unlike real estate, unlike fixed deposits, we publish NAVs every day. So measurement automatically becomes too short term. We publish NAV only for those investors who want to redeem on that day. For all 99.99% investors, that NAV has no relevance. But yet we get measured, and then we start forming opinion whether this fund is good or not good. So that, I think, keep this in mind, that one of the enemy of poor returns or being a poor investor is short time horizons. So if you can invert and increase your time horizons, you will do justice to yourself. The average age of a mutual fund investor, the average tenure of a mutual fund investor in even the best performing mutual funds of the country is around 3.5 years. हम कितना भी बोल दें म्यूचुअल फंड सही है, बट आई विश हम ये बोल सके कि हमारे हर इन्वेस्टर सही है. जिनका पैसा 30 साल है वो 3-3 साल में फंड को जंप करते हैं या एसेट क्लास को जंप करते हैं, एंड इट ओनली हर्ट्स देयर रिटर्न्स. It doesn't matter to us because some or the other fund house will make fees from that. But every time you jump, you pay tax. Today, for example, let's say if I invested 1 crore in my mid-cap fund on the day of COVID crash, the value has today become around 3 crores. So there is 2 crores of capital gains. Today, if I book that profit to go and jump and put money elsewhere, on that 2 crore profit, I will pay 20 lakhs of capital gains. And on that 20 lakh capital gains for the next 30-40 years, which is my time horizon, I will lose compounding. So on that 20 lakh, which can become 30x, another 6 crores. So the cost of tax paid every time you churn also is very high. So keep time horizon in mind. Now I'll give you another example of the role of time horizon. Like I said, in the world of investing, the highest writing has been done for Warren Buffett and value investors like that. There are 2,000 books written on him. There are various judgments made that why is he a good investor, why is he successful, what type of companies he buys. He's a value investor, hence he's successful. He likes consumer companies, hence he's successful. He buys stocks generally only when they are less than 15 times on earnings. That is why he's a good investor. By the way, today our market is at 25 times earnings. So followers of Warren Buffett somewhere don't, ignore that reality. So most of his wealth was made because he bought when markets were low and when stocks past returns were poor. Which also means you have to invest in funds when their past returns are relatively poor, not relatively higher. But most investors behave the opposite, and which is why the need to invert. Investing in underperformance has a reasonable chance to deliver outperformance to you in the future. But if you invest in chasing outperformance, most likely your future returns can be mediocre or below average. So the biggest lesson from Warren Buffett's life, which no one really bothers about, is that he stayed invested for 3/4 of a century, 75 years of time horizon. He started investing at, so the lesson that is rarely taught or rarely learned is we have to shut up from all the market noise, all the daily stimulus of inputs that we get, and just wait and be in that train till it reaches your destination. He started investing at the age of 11, and imagine his affection and love for the variable time. Imagine his affection for the variable exponent. He says, I started investing at the age of 11 and I repent I was 11 years late. He repents that he lost 11 more years of compounding. After 75 years of compounding, वो बोलता है कि मेरा 11 साल छूट गया. And that is 19% CAGR that he has compounded money with. At 19% CAGR, roughly in 4 years, you double your money. So at $800 billion market cap that Berkshire has today, imagine if he had 11 years more, that 800 could have been 1.6 trillion and another double, 3.2 trillion. Because he says, 11 साल मेरे कम पड़ गए. I wish I had started when I was born. Now, ये mindset के साथ अगर आप invest करोगे, the chances are your outcomes will be bad. So now let me try to, as a thought experiment, apply that outcome. So उसका तो चलो 19% रिटर्न था, छोड़ दो, वो हमें नहीं मिलेगा. Let's assume हमें 12% मिलेगा. Long term average. 12% in 30 years is 30 times. Assume ये पूरे रूम में से 2 लोग निकल जाते हैं जो 75 years का tenure है. I am confident that if I live till around 80 years old, my time horizon will end up being 75 because my father started when I was 5, and my son is today 17. He's already 16 years as an investor. So those of us who believe in time will get there. If you compound just at 12% for 75 years, that 1 crore today may not be for you, but for your next generation can be 4,900 crores. I'm not trying to do this to just exaggerate. I'm not trying to magnify. This is just simple maths. बहुत easy है ये, but हमारे दिमाग को compounding का function समझ नहीं आता है, exponentiality समझ नहीं आता है, हमें jumping समझ आता है. So this is the message I want to leave. This is very easy to do, but because of wrong inputs, because of this need to act, we rarely do what is right to do. Now let me give you proof that why most people are not able to do. We have a fund called DSP FlexiCap Fund. It is our oldest fund. DSP as a group is 160 years old. DSP as a mutual fund is only 27 years old. The life of this fund is 27 years. This fund has delivered, by the way, 19% return over its life. वो return शायद अगले future में नहीं आएगा, because our market is already been discovered. तब उन दिनों का valuation single digit में था, आज valuation 25 पे है, तो 19% मुश्किल है. But for a fund, in 27 years, it has gone up 100 times. We have only 23 investors who have stayed put in this entire 27-year period. And unfortunately, किसी के पास उस time में 1 करोड़ नहीं था. नहीं तो वो एक ही investor ने 100 करोड़ सिर्फ ये fund से बना लिया होता. So the message I want to leave here with my first slide is respect time. If you want to avoid losing money, increase the length of your investing, be more patient, and we don't need your patience in good times, to be honest. You don't need your patience in good times. Good time में सब सामने से आते हैं पैसा लगाने को. जब time खराब होगा, that is the real time. So like in relationships, do you give more in a relationship when times are bad? Or do you give more when times are good? शादी में सब लोग आएंगे, खाना भी अच्छा होता है तो reason होता है. But when someone passes away, खाना भी अच्छा नहीं होता है and mood भी अच्छा नहीं होता है. बहुत कम लोग आते हैं शायद. So with your money, give it time when it needs your time. Give it more money when prices are lower, because you will buy more units. There's a very beautiful learning. It took me 12 years to learn this. When Ben Graham said that if you like eating, આપણે અહીંયા ગુજરાતમાં વડાપાવ એટલું પોપ્યુલર નહીં હોય, રાઈટ? તો વધારે પોપ્યુલર શું હોય છે? દાબેલી વધારે પોપ્યુલર હોય છે, રાઈટ? હવે દાબેલીમાં ખાવું હોય તો આપણને બ્રેડ જોઈએ, રાઈટ? So if you are going to be a consumer of dabelis every week, and even potatoes, right? એમાં potatoes પણ હોય. So do you want potato prices to rise or fall? Would you like bread prices to rise or fall? આપણે consumers છે તો આપણને ભાવ સસ્તા જોવે છે. આપણે બજારમાં પણ યુનિટ્સના consumers છે, પણ ત્યાં આપણને ભાવ મોંઘા ગમે છે. તો આપણે જો સારા ઇન્વેસ્ટર બનવું હોય ને તો આપણને મંદી ગમવી જોઈએ. જો આપણને તેજી ગમશે ને, we will be generally a below average investor. In our early stage of accumulation, ideally you should hope for a bear market. So we keep on acquiring more units. And in later stage, when we need money, we need a bull market. But if in our early stage we like a bull market, we are going to acquire less units. And in future, when the bear market comes, your NAVs will also be lower. So less units, less NAV. But if you want high units and high NAV, we need a bear market as a preference. Now the second, why do people not stay? It is so easy. 4900 times if you want to make your money, you need to give 75 years and just earn 12%. But still, then why do people not stay? What is the problem? To ensure that you stay longer, two things are important. Markets will be volatile. If we expect, we get this question very often that म्यूचुअल फंड में खर्चा होता है 50 पैसा 1 टका 1.5 टका 2 टका फी होता है, वो फी से हमारा रिटर्न कम हो जाता है. नो डाउट रिटर्न कम होता है. आप जेब से पैसा भरोगे तो रिटर्न कम होगा, हर चीज में रिटर्न कम होगा, बट सामने रिटर्न बन भी रहा है. एफडीज का फी 0 है, फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट्स हैव 0 मैनेजमेंट फीस, बट देन दे विल नॉट गिव यू रिटर्न. एफडीज वॉलेटिलिटी इज 0, बट फॉर दैट लोअर वॉलेटिलिटी द रिटर्न्स वी अर्न इज गोइंग टू बी 4, 5, 6%. So if we want higher returns, instead of 5-6% of an FD, if we want 2 times of an FD, which is 12%, we have to accept volatility. Most of us want the returns of 12 without the volatility of 12. So we need to accept volatility. And here I want to give another example. In 2008, world over, all markets fell 50%. S&P 500 fell 50%, Nifty fell 60%. Warren Buffett's portfolio, from a price point of view, was down by $150 billion. So there were headlines next day that Berkshire Hathaway portfolio down 150 billion. Another journalist had another headline that वॉरेन बफेट लूजेस $150 बिलियन. अब $150 बिलियन वही लूज कर सकता है जिसका 300 बिलियन इन्वेस्टेड है. तो उसमें कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. मार्केट्स आर डाउन 50, तो पेपर लॉस था 50. On that day, he was also called for an interview on CNBC. That how are you feeling that you've lost 150 billion? He said, I have not lost 150 billion because I have not sold. In fact, I've added more money today. And 2 years later, that 150 billion loss actually became 300 billion because markets doubled within a matter of 1.5 years. Normally, with such sharp corrections, generally in the next 1 or 2 years, prices normalize back because 50% corrections are irrational corrections. They don't last for long. So what I'm saying is that paper pay your portfolios can fall, but you can convert that temporary fall into real fall if you act at that time. And I want to give this message in a good time so that in bad times we don't react adversely. So he said, I didn't lose money because I didn't sell, which means he's able to accept volatility. So he's giving two things to his investments. He's accepting volatility and he's giving time horizon. These are the two biggest enemies for the common investor. The common investor cannot give time horizon and cannot accept volatility. And because he cannot accept volatility, on an average, his returns are in the range of 7 to 9%. Even though the vehicle in which he has invested may have higher returns, but because of that behavior of getting in and getting out at the wrong time, he doesn't get that. Now, the second thing you can do is maybe reduce that volatility at a nominal cost of slightly bringing down your return. So there are ways in which you can reduce volatility by mixing asset class in a smart way. So you can blend little bit of fixed income, you can blend little bit of global stocks, you can blend little bit of gold. Instead of 12% long-term returns, you might end up getting 10 or 11% long-term returns. Of course, it is a notch down in returns. But if that lower fluctuation allows you to increase the length of your investing, ultimately do whatever can give you length in investing. I go back to the first slide. If you can get length in your investing, 99% of times you will be in the top 5% investors of the world. Now, I'll just give you an example that in the last 25 years, Nifty returns are 12% CAGR. Gold returns are 11% CAGR. So if you mix the two together in a 50-50 ratio, what should the average be? 11 and 12, what should the average be? Sorry? Mathematically 11.5. But the magic of these two asset classes, they are enemies of each other. They rarely move together. जब gold ऊपर जाता है तो there are 5 years of zero returns in Nifty. And there are periods when gold for 10 years gives zero returns and Nifty has given 20% CAGR. Because of that opposite behavior, if you have a 50-50 mix and every year end you rebalance, the average of 11 and 12 is not 11 and a half, it becomes 13. It reduces your volatility and marginally increases your return. And that is called sensible diversification. It's not diversification of owning 100 stocks or 50 mutual funds. If they are all in the same asset class, it is zero diversification. So sensible diversification, now either you do it on your own self, most people don't know how to mix them. Most people will diversify the wrong way by buying the wrong asset class at the wrong time. And that's where having a good investment advisor, a good MFD who has invited you today will help you. So that's the second thing that you can do to increase your staying power. If you have durability in your behavior, returns will follow. Now, how do you do these things? And that's where you need expert advice. Now, expertise bhi alag-alag form mein aati hai. I have done engineering. I was studying engineering in Pune and I did chemical engineering at that point in time. And you know, just 3-4 years back, someone from that group decided that in 30 years we have not been connected to each other. Let's have a WhatsApp group. तो हमारा एक WhatsApp group है जिसमें around 200-250 engineers है. And a lot of them are very successful entrepreneurs. They are running their own factories. Some of them are in Gujarat. Some of them are in US. Some of them have, you know, group also has because we used to stay in a hostel, it has computer engineers, computer science guys. They are doing very well in Teslas or Microsoft or Amazon. They are maybe even making more money than me in terms of their salaries and compensation and stock options. कोई Nvidia में काम कर रहे हैं तो इस साल में तो they have, you know, been very successful. Now in that WhatsApp group, I am the only one from, no, there are just 2 of us who are from the world of investing or the world of markets. And we have the least things to contribute in terms of giving daily market views. Most of my other engineering friends every day have a view कि अब ये एसेट क्लास अच्छा लगता है, ये स्टॉक अच्छा लगता है, अब ये फंड अच्छा है बिकॉज ये फंड मैनेजर टीवी पे आया, उसने आज ये स्टोरी बताया. अब प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने बोल दिया पार्लियामेंट में दैट पीएसयू अच्छा है तो ब्लाइंडली चलो पीएसयू खरीद लो. तो दे हैव मोर एक्सपर्टीज देन व्हाट वी हैव. सो समटाइम्स आई जेन्युइनली फील दैट कुछ कमी है मेरे में कि 25 साल के बाद भी. सो ओवर टाइम आई रियलाइज कि जितना आपको आपका डोमेन समझ आता है, यू रियलाइज कि कितना आपको नहीं मालूम है. बिकॉज देयर आर मोर थिंग्स दैट आर अननोन. If any of you are doctors here, you will also realize that over 20-30 years, you will realize that so many things in the human body are like magic, which we still don't know and which are yet to be discovered. But those who are not doctors will many times give you advice. YouTube पे एक वीडियो देख के या आजकल तो योगा गुरु भी डॉक्टर बन गए, राइट? Where they are giving lot of advice. Medical science evidence किया नहीं है, clinical testing किया नहीं है, but this medicine will work. This powder will work, this drug will work, this homeopathy will work. So all I'm saying is that advice में सही advisor ढूंढना जरूरी है. And I'll give a small story here. If you've seen the movie Oppenheimer, which came few months back, which is about the nuclear bomb. So there was this guy called Max Planck, a very respected scientist in Germany. And he had done some big discovery and he was invited in all colleges of Germany to speak about that. तो 1 महीने का पूरा रोड शो था उसका. एंड ही बुक्ड अ कार एंड ही वाज असाइन्ड अ ड्राइवर एंड द ड्राइवर वाज टोल्ड कि आप मैक्स के साथ पूरा जर्मनी का दर्शन करोगे एंड यू विल बी विथ हिम ऑल द टाइम. सो ही स्टार्टेड वन डे, एवरी डे ही हैड 2 or 3 लेक्चर्स टू गिव. सो द ड्राइवर वुड पार्क द कार, ही वुड गो एंड सिट ऑन द लास्ट चेयर ऑन द लास्ट रो एंड ही वुड लिसन टू मैक्स प्लैंक टॉकिंग ऑन द स्टेज. तो ऑलमोस्ट 25-26 दिन हो गए. तो 26 दिन में उसने 100 बार सुन लिया होगा उस टॉपिक के बारे में. सो ही स्टार्टेड गेटिंग कॉन्फिडेंस. ये तो बहुत आसान है, तो नया क्या है, मैं भी बात कर सकता हूं. आफ्टर 26 डेज मैक्स प्लैंक भी थोड़ा बोर हो गए थे कि ये पक गया हूं मैं सेम चीज बात कर करके. आई एम टायर्ड, लेट मी सिट इन योर चेयर टुडे, यू गो ऑन स्टेज. एंड दे हैड सिमिलर पर्सनैलिटी बिल्ड. ही सेड आप एक बड़ा सा हैट पहन लेना तो लोग पहचान नहीं सकेंगे. तो मैक्स प्लैंक का ड्राइवर आया स्टेज पे, उसने अच्छा भाषण दिया, लोगों ने बहुत सारी ताली बजाई बिकॉज ही कवर्ड एवरीथिंग वेरी वेल. एंड देन लाइक ऑलवेज ही सेड स्टार्ट आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस. सो लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस केम. So all the easy questions he answered very easily because he had heard Max Planck answering them. And when the real tough questions came, he didn't have answers, but he had presence of mind. He said that इस तरह के बेकार बेहुदा क्वेश्चन का जवाब मैं नहीं दूंगा, ये मेरा ड्राइवर देगा. Now आज की तारीख में शॉफर के पास भी मार्केट का ज्ञान है, बट आपके पैसे के लिए आप मार्केट का ज्ञान ड्राइवर से अगर लोगे, आपके पोर्टफोलियो कंस्ट्रक्शन का ज्ञान ड्राइवर से लोगे, तो शायद एक्सीडेंट्स हो सकता है. सो विच इज वाई सीक गुड एडवाइजर्स, राइट एडवाइजर्स, नॉट शॉफर्स नॉलेज, नॉट शॉफर्स एडवाइजर्स. सो दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. डोंट चेज ग्रीड. दिस इज अ इजी टाइम. There are many PSU stocks. So right now, for example, जो डिस्कवरी के लिए प्रकाश भाई ने बोला, I was just connecting it to our mid cap fund right now. The fund has done very poorly. Last 1 year, it has underperformed the benchmark by 20%. It is criminal. कितना बड़ा गैप क्यों है? तो मैं मेरे फंड मैनेजर के साथ जब रिव्यू करता हूँ, they were giving me an example. There is a stock, PSU stock, यूटिलिटी कंपनी है, पावर सेक्टर में है, उसका 10 साल का ROE 0 है, 0 से 1% है. उसका ग्रॉस मार्जिन 55% है, विच इज वेरी गुड. नेट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन 2% है. वो पावर सेक्टर में है और पावर सेक्टर में जनरली फिलहाल तेजी हो रही है और वो पीएसयू है. तो स्टॉक 280% से ऊपर गया है विद अ 0% और 1% ROE. मतलब 0% ROE मीन्स आपने लाइफ की आपकी पूरी इक्विटी लगा दी और उसका रिटर्न ऑन इक्विटी 1 या 2% है. सो जनरली अ बैड बिजनेस टू ओन. बट राइट नाउ बिकॉज पीएसयूज आर डूइंग वेल, फ्री फ्लोट बहुत कम है, all PSUs are rising, the stock has gone up 300%. A good process will actually not invest in such stocks. But if that stock is doing very well because the past return is very good, 300% in 1 year means 5-year return also look very good. So everyone will go and chase that greed. So these are the times to kill your greed. These are the times when money making has become so easy. We are seeing so many promoters where the next generation does not want to be in business. They are saying, I've seen my father work for 40, 50 years, work so hard to reach this level, but I can make more money than him in 3 months because markets are giving me that type of returns. Now, these are temporary times. These type of market returns will not last. There will be a bear market. There will be large corrections. Someday it will happen because there are cycles, but we cannot get carried away with only one-sided return. So it is very important that we choose reasonable returns, but for unreasonable periods of time. Again, I'm bringing the dimension of length. in this equation. And that unreasonable return comes by mixing asset classes, by blending asset classes. When equities are getting into very expensive zone, add some fixed income. When equities become very cheap, increase the risk there. It's important to play that dimension. Chasing past returns. Actually, future returns are generally inversely proportional to past returns. In an asset class which is cyclical, whether it is gold, whether it is equities, whether it is stocks, because asset classes are cyclical, high returns are followed by low returns are followed by high returns. Remember that most investors who have come in the market in the last 3 years, they think high returns means future returns are also going to be high. 2020 में जो जिसने कोविड के लो में पैसा डाला था उसका रिटर्न 40% है. So today if you look back, last 4 year returns are 40% in a small cap fund. Many people come and invest thinking ये उनका रिटर्न है. पैसा वो आज लगा रहा है, उसका गाड़ी मीटर आज से शुरू हो रहा है. बट ये रिटर्न उसको मिला है जिसने उस दिन मंदी में पैसा डाला था जब हिम्मत नहीं थी पैसा डालने की फॉर 90% इन्वेस्टर्स. सो पार्ट एंटर्ड दैट टाइम. कीप दैट पॉइंट इन माइंड. द नेक्स्ट थिंग टू कीप इन माइंड इज नेवर ओवरपे. इफ दिस बिस्लरी है ये राइट, ये 5 रुपए का बिस्लरी है, इसको मैं कितना भी ब्रांडिंग कर दूं, कितना भी इसका मसाजिंग करके इसका बॉटल अगर मैंने प्रीमियम बॉटल में डाल दिया और उसका 500 रुपया लगा दिया, कुछ लोग खरीदेंगे, अंदर पानी सेम है, but you are overpaying. 100 times more you are paying. So in markets or in an asset class, if you overpay, it doesn't help. So I've given 2 examples. 2000 में मैंने अपना करियर जब शुरू किया था ICICI में, तो मुझे बोला था टेक्नोलॉजी फंड लॉन्च करने के लिए. तो टेक्नोलॉजी सेक्टर का चार्ट है ये पूरे सेक्टर का इंडेक्स है. 2000 के बाद ये इतनी बड़ी तेजी हुई है पिछले 2 साल में टेक्नोलॉजी में, उसके बाद भी 23 साल का रिटर्न सिर्फ 10% है. Because in the year 2000, when the tech sector was hot and most of us came and launched it, the price to earning ratio of all these companies were 100. Today, all these companies have a PE of only 25 and 30. And if, like I said, Warren Buffett ka most investments have happened at 15 PE, 15 on cash flow. 100 का PE पे fund launch हुआ था, भर के लोग line लगा रहे थे पैसा लगाने के लिए. उसके बाद it crashed by 80%. And for next, if you see 7-8 years, the line just came back to capital. So what I'm trying to highlight is whenever something is very hot, you will be very tempted to invest, but haath jalega. Today PSUs are very hot. Be cautious before you take that decision. The second chart is for the infrastructure story, which was very popular in 2007 and 8. In some of my own presentations, these are mistakes I have made, so I'm just expressing them to you. In 2007-8, my presentations used to have the roads of Gujarat and Mumbai, which had a lot of potholes, and we said ये चाइना जैसे रोड्स बनेंगे. अभी तक वो रोड्स नहीं बने हैं, बट जिसने पैसा डाला, डू यू नो द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इंडेक्स सिंस दैट डेट टिल टुडे, व्हाट इज द रिटर्न? 1.8%. It has not even beaten savings account return. The story was very hot that time, but the returns, because the valuations had run up. So great story, but valuations are low, you should invest. But great stories where valuations have run up a lot, the theme has become very hot. Semiconductors, for example, they've become very hot right now. So you have to be cautious and careful how to do this. And how do you achieve that? So like I said, you need expert advice. You need good advisors to guide you. And again, by the way, I'm not saying this because I'm with, in Prakash Bhai's forum. He is a good advisor. Chintan mentioned about that. Even advisors are human beings. There are only 5% great cricketers. There are only 5% great doctors. There are only 5% great architects and lawyers. Likewise, there will be only 5% good advisors. अगर अच्छा मिला है तो उसको खोना मत. और हर advisor अच्छा नहीं होगा. ये भी ध्यान में रखना जरूरी है. So investments have to be in structures and principles and thought process, not about buying one product or one stock. So you have to think about structure. So why are these wonders of the world, 7 wonders, 8 wonders, I don't know अभी कितने हैं, स्कूल के टाइम पे 7 wonders था. Why are they wonders of the world? Because they've lasted. Lot of them in isolation, they look very ugly, but they've lasted for centuries. Again, I'm linking it back to time. How do you make your investments last without having accidents? For them to last, it has to have strong foundations. It has to have strong risk management. They have to be very solid. They have to weather all storms and all cycles. So whether it is pyramids, whether it is mountains, whether it is the Eiffel Tower ज़्यादा पुराना नहीं है, 200 साल पुराना होगा, but they've lasted long. And they last long only when your portfolios are robust in terms of the underlying stocks and the price that you pay. So today there's another big opportunity of investing globally. Very few people invest in global companies. The biggest profit pools of the world are outside India. But because of patriotism, many times we get carried away that all the money is going to be made in India. You know, sometimes I wonder, you know, in WhatsApp मेरे बहुत सारे friends message भेजते हैं मुझे यूएस में बैठ के, वो खुद टेस्ला में काम कर रहा है, एप्पल में काम कर रहा है, and they send messages to me saying that ये इंडिया का अमृत काल है. Maybe है, no doubt, we should be happy about it. But that doesn't mean बाहर पैसा नहीं बनेगा. Many times, you know, in that group there is a message that FIs are idiots and Indian retail investors are smart. FIs have sold India. India को last 2 साल में negative net sales है FIs का, so they are stupid investors and Indian investors have arrived. Now, what is the flaw in this argument? Whenever an FI has sold India, he has also gone and bought Amazon and Apple and Berkshire Hathaway. He's made money there also. वहाँ भी 40-50% return. They are the ones who have the Nvidias which has gone up today. So many times, I do feel right now there is a lot of arrogance building in amongst many investors right now. There are a lot of these interviews of global CEOs who come to India, and when you know उनको newspaper मतलब मीडिया के सामने बिठा दिया जाता है, तो अभी जैसे मैकिन्सी के यूएस ग्लोबल सीईओ इंडिया में थे, तो उन्होंने भी ये बोला कि ये इंडिया का अमृत काल है, ये सेंचुरी इंडिया को बिलोंग करेगा, एंड होपफुली राइटली सो वी शुड बी हैप्पी अबाउट इट, बट दैट शुड नॉट चेंज अवर इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसिप्लिन एंड वी शुड गेट कैरिड अवे. वी डोंट रीड द, सो वी रेड दैट इन द न्यूज़पेपर, उसका क्लिपिंग लेके हम एक दूसरे को व्हाट्सएप पे भेज देते हैं एंड वी फील प्राउड, बट वी डोंट रीड कि उसका ट्रैवल आइटिनरी क्या था. नेक्स्ट डे he had gone to Taiwan and he had a similar press interview, और उसने वहां की लैंग्वेज में बोला कि ये सेंचुरी ताइवान को बिलोंग करेगी, बट वो तो आपको किसी ने भेजा नहीं है. थर्ड डे he had gone to China and there he said कि अगले 5 सेंचुरी चाइना को बिलोंग करेगी. वो चाइना में वो कम्युनिज्म है तो यू कांट से 1 सेंचुरी, वो बोलेगा इंडिया में 1 बोला है तो यहां थोड़ा ज्यादा बोलो. बट आर यू रीडिंग दैट न्यूज? So the news you are consuming is also so biased and so one-sided. In good times, you will get all good news. In bad times, you will get bad news. Where is the disconfirming evidence of all the good news that is being imposed on you? Our industry may do it, brokers may do it, friends will do it. Just be balanced. Don't get carried away. Invest in structures. I have just given an example of, so Nassim Taleb, who is a very, solid risk manager, he always says, don't give your view. Don't give your opinion. Opinion is empty words. Show me what is your portfolio. आपका पैसा कहाँ लगा है? So I've just given an example of what I mean by structure. Is a fairly balanced or diversified portfolio where 45 rupees is in Indian equities, 20 is in global equities, 20 is in bonds, 15 is in 10 or 15 is in gold. Because when equities won't do well, gold will do well and ensure that I don't get out. Now this is not an ideal portfolio. This is my portfolio. Yours can be completely different. Yours can be completely different. But have a thought behind your portfolio. It should not be random just because right now small caps are doing well, तो आपने पूरे portfolio में small cap भर दिया. Right now some stocks are rising, so you just go and buy stocks. So just be conscious of these things. Another point I want to say is don't bow to authority. Investing needs independence of thought. We are rarely independent in our thinking. Most often we bow to authority just because someone has a title. Kalpen Parekh CEO, most likely you will give more weightage to what I say. If my head of sales were to come and present here, you might give slightly lower weightage. Vishal is our head of Gujarat. If he were to come and show the same slide here, maybe you might give it lower weightage. Tell me honestly, is that right or wrong? आपको अगर प्रकाश भाई ने बोला होता कि CEO DSP is coming versus Vishal from Gujarat, Ahmedabad is coming, which room would you go to? टाइटल को आप वर्शिप कर रहे हो, सब्सटेंस को नहीं. और ये सबसे बड़ा एनिमी है इंडिपेंडेंट थिंकिंग में. तो ये मैंने आपको 3 एग्जांपल दिए हैं. 98 में पॉल क्रुगमैन हजारों किताबें लिखी है. ही इज इनवाइटेड एवरीवेयर टू टॉक. दिस इज व्हाट ही सेड अबाउट इंटरनेट. द ग्रोथ ऑफ इंटरनेट विल स्लो ड्रास्टिकली बिकॉज देयर इज अ फ्लॉ इन द मेटकाल्स लॉ. मोस्ट पीपल हैव नथिंग टू से टू ईच अदर. ये उसने 98 में बोला था. आज व्हाट्सएप पे ही हम लोग एक दूसरे से बात करते हैं, राइट? वाइफ का बर्थडे है या कल वुमेन्स डे था तो व्हाट्सएप पे मैंने मैसेज कर दिया एंड शी सेड यार सामने हूं मैं, एक बार विश कर लेते. So he said that most people have nothing to say to each other, so there will be no need for social networking, social media or anything. By 25, he had said this, it will be clear that the internet's impact in the economy has been no greater than just a fax machine. This is what he said then. He's an authority. He's paid lakhs of rupees to go and make presentations. लोग उसके flight के खर्चे देते, business class में fly करता है. But this is what he had said. Ben Bernanke, one of the best central bankers, subprime mortgage will not hurt the economy seriously. और उसके 1 साल बाद global financial crisis, all world economies collapsed. Bear Stearns जो बहुत बड़ा खुद अभी नहीं बचा है, और ये बहुत बड़ा इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर था। जब एनरॉन में फ्रॉड हुआ उसके कुछ दिनों पहले उसने बोला था, वी बिलीव एनरॉन शुड बी कंपेयर्ड टू लीडिंग ग्लोबल कंपनीज लाइक जी, सिटी ग्रुप, नोकिया, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एंड इंटेल, एंड इट्स वैल्यूएशन रिफ्लेक्ट्स इट्स एमिनेंस। बहुत महंगा हो गया था। एनरॉन नहीं बचा, जी पूरा ब्रेकअप हो गया, सिटी ग्रुप भी सब ब्रेकअप हो गए, सिर्फ सिटी बैंक बन गया, नोकिया नहीं बचा। तो ये बेयर स्टर्न्स ने बोला था और बेयर स्टर्न्स खुद नहीं बचा, और ये सब आपको व्हाट्सएप पे तब भी आया होगा। So with authorities also are human beings like you and me, and they can also go wrong, so don't blindly follow them. Right now, जैसे प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने अभी पार्लियामेंट में टेबल थम करके बोल दिया कि पीएसयू में डाल दो, वो भी एक अथॉरिटी है। अब उनके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स अलग है वो बोलने के लिए, बट जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको और मुझे ब्लाइंडली वो फॉलो करना है। द लास्ट पॉइंट आई वांट टू से इज, मेनी टाइम्स व्हेन यू हैव सच स्पीड ऑफ इनफ्लो ऑफ डेटा एंड इंफॉर्मेशन, you have to pause, you have to eliminate, you have to filter the noise. आपको अगर वो भेड़ बकरी की जैसे नहीं सोचना है तो आपको स्टिलनेस लाना पड़ेगा। हाउ कैन यू डू दैट? सो Mr. Schultz, he was a very important advisor in one of the US president's team, and every day he used to lock himself in a room for 1 hour, and he had told his entire team कि ये 1 घंटा मेरा सोचने का टाइम है, इस 1 घंटे में मुझे कुछ भी हो जाए दुनिया में, you cannot disturb me. Whoever may call, you cannot disturb me. You cannot walk into my room. Only 2 calls if they come, you can call me. One is the president's call, second is my wife's call. इसके अलावा कुछ भी हो जाए, that 1 hour is mine. So do you have your Schultz hour in terms of, eliminating the noise which is there? Here I have shown you 6 rock stars, superstars in their domain, in their game. Amitabh, Sachin, all of them, by the way, are mutual fund investors. They've made between 100 to thousands of crores. They are all mutual fund investors, and they all have an IFA as their advisor. They don't have an advisor who's an IFA. They have an IFA who is their advisor. They have an investment advisor as then, so they have an expert investment advisor. So they realize they are the best in their craft. No one can beat Amitabh in acting. No one can beat Sachin. But उनको है ना एक humility है कि investing में मैं hero नहीं हूँ. बहुत सारे मैं again I go back to my engineering batchmates. उनको एक illusion है कि मैं engineer अच्छा हूँ तो मैं investor भी अच्छा हूँ. ऐसा होता नहीं है। Lot of businessmen think that मैं chemical में अगर 30% पे धंधा चला सकता हूँ मार्जिन पे तो मैं इन्वेस्टर भी अच्छा हूँ। Very rarely. We all can be great in our domain, but we may not, most likely we are poor investors, which is why you need an expert advisor to guide you. So with that, thank you very much. My time is over. All the best.
Check one. I think the round of applause itself said how fantastic this session was to decode the investor psychology. Thank you so much, Mr. Kalpen sir. So now finally we are open for the Q&A round. I'm sure we might have a lot of interaction and intellect questions that would be coming in your mind, and we have next 10 minutes for the same. So anyone who has anything in your mind, you can raise your hand. Yes.
Sometimes I heard that, I saw that a company's EBITDA is negative, but its valuation is in crore. How is it possible?
Its valuation is?
I mean, its valuation is in crore. Is it possible?
Valuation is high or low?
High.
So either there is a view that the business is turning, the cycle is turning, and maybe the next 2, 3, 4 quarters profitability will come back. So people are preempting, number one. Number two, mathematically valuation will be high because in the denominator price to EBITDA, if E is low, then the P optically also will look high. So there could be 3 reasons. One, people are expecting a turnaround and hence preempting and willing to pay high. 2, it could be mathematical. 3, it could be just a bubble. So it's case to case, it's unique, it's not a generic thing. But there is a reasonable possibility that companies which are going through a turnaround can have, like commodity companies, generally, when their profits are low, because they have huge cycles, right? 3 years back, Tata Steel 5 years back was making loss, and 3 years back in 1 quarter they made more profits than the whole of TCS. A steel company made more profits than a giant tech company. So the P would have come down sharply because the E rose, and again in the next 2 quarters they had a loss. So the P would have gone up significantly for the same company. So there are cycles of, so depending on the nature of that company, some companies are very secular, there the P's will not fluctuate so much. Some companies have hugely cyclical earnings because they are in highly volatile underlying industries, whether it is commodities or like, you know, you were discussing Sun Pharma. Sun Pharma for 6-7 years was losing because of the US business. So वहाँ से losses आ रहे थे, तो earnings were depressed and the P looked high. So when Naren had Sun Pharma as a large weight, we also had Sun Pharma as a large weight in our large cap fund. Optically, the P looked high. But it was a judgment that now the earning cycle has bottomed for 6-7 years. It will turn. So even at a high P, the stock is very cheap because the earnings were depressed. And there was a high chance that in the next 2-3 years, it will make as much profit as it has made in the last 7-8 years. So there are nuances like this, and that is why just looking at P alone many times does not give us a correct answer.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, you mentioned about asset reallocation between mutual fund and debt. That is one of the easiest one because Prakash Lona can help in that situation. But you also mentioned about reallocation with the gold, which may be little more difficult. And third is the real estate, which is the most difficult. So what is your advice regarding asset reallocation?
See, I am not an advisor, so take it with a pinch of salt. Real estate to वैसे भी 20 साल तक I had never invested, so I don't understand real estate. So again, I don't understand this. All I was saying is that there are 3-4 asset classes. Gold, I think most Indians anyways own. Culturally, we have it in our portfolio, but it is all owned in many inefficient formats. So one option is to, you know, have it in a more legitimate vehicle like a mutual fund, because mutual funds also have funds which invest in gold, or mutual funds have these multi-asset allocation funds which have equity, gold, bonds all together. Real estate is a bit challenging. REITs as an asset class is just emerging now in India. Early days, but over time that also will become a very dominant asset class, where if you want to participate in real estate proxy through a mutual fund route, that also is possible. And there are separately real estate opportunities in terms of buying land or you know, flats. So again, he will be a better judge to mix and match for you. Ultimately, a lot of this is alchemy. It is mixing, and in what proportion you mix. So when equity markets are very cheap, generally my formula is to increase equity exposure. When they are very expensive and very popular, my template would be to marginally reduce the exposure. So it's about using the brake and accelerator. There are times you have to press the accelerator, and there are times when the roads are crowded, which means any asset class has become very crowded, very popular, is a time to apply the brake. All these asset classes are available in different formats in India through mutual funds as well as outside mutual funds. And you can mix and match depending on what your exposure is. My one single answer will not be perfectly right for you.
Okay, thank you. So yes, thank you so much everyone for your wonderful participation. And ladies and gentlemen, we have enjoyed this entire session. So as a gesture of our profound appreciation in the recognition of Kalpen sir's significant contribution to this collective journey of financial wisdom, I would like to request Mr. Ashit Shah from our side to present a certificate of gratitude to Mr. Kalpen Parekh. May I request Mr. Ashit Shah to kindly join us on the stage. May we have a huge, big round of applause for both, for all the gentlemen on the stage.
So I would say कि कल्पेन भाई અને મારો એક कल्पेन भाई का और मेरा एक कॉमन जो एरिया ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है वो बिहेवियरल फिनेंस है. तो जब भी हम बैठते हैं 2-3 घंटे निकल जाते हैं, हर 30 मिनट में एक चाय का कप आता रहता है. आगे की मीटिंग्स
तो मैं पीता हूं.
उनकी और मेरी दोनों की कैंसिल हो जाती है. और मुझे पता था मैं कोई भी बुक लेके जाऊंगा, ही इज सच अ ग्रेट रीडर. वो बुक उन्होंने पढ़ी ही होगी, और जो मैं बुक लेके आया वो उन्होंने सच में पढ़ी है. मैं कहीं से ढूंढ के लेके आया जो उन्होंने नहीं पढ़ी होगी, लेकिन वो भी पढ़ी हुई है. So
I will take another one from you. I'll take one more from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalpen bhai. Thank you.